Post Natal Doula. We're doing a course on that today, being a postnatal doula. So straight after the birth, the mum's come home from the hospital and she needs help from a doula, a postnatal doula, postnatal meaning after the birth. So the postnatal doula needs to have a lot of resources available, and when you have a look at your postnatal book, you'll see that I've got a lot listed. I've got websites, I've got all sorts of things in there for you. But let's just have a specific talk about a particular organisation in Australia. So it's not a company, it's not a profit-driven thing, and it's called Australia's Breastfeeding Association. So what I want to say to all of my doulas is you need to join Australia's Breastfeeding Association. It's a good idea to be a member for a few reasons. One is to support them because they just do the most amazing work across Australia. It is actually the largest mothers organisation in Australia. Isn't that amazing? So they have groups everywhere around Australia. Let's just say a mother joins ABA as a member. She has had her baby, she's gone home, and she's going to the local mothers group, ABA mothers group, and she and a partner decide to move from Victoria to Queensland, right? When she does, she just simply notifies head office in Victoria, I'm moving to Queensland, what about my membership? And they'll say, that's fine. We will notify you of the nearest mothers group to your new home. And it's just transferable. And so she'll have a whole new circle of friends just like that. And they're all motivated similarly to her. And there'll be a group leader, there'll be a breastfeeding counsellor, there'll be a community educator. Everything is available to her when she moves. And if she moves to Western Australia, same story. So she just simply uproots, moves over there, and meets a whole bunch of amazing people. I'm biased, okay? I'll admit it, I'm biased. I see the people who are in ABA, either the members, all the volunteers that work there, are more informed and more motivated. And personally, I see that as absolutely perfect for mothers. So for a doula, it would be extremely wise for you, if you wanted to have more knowledge, a higher level of knowledge of breastfeeding, to do the breastfeeding counsellor's course. So you do need to be a member first. It's great if you're a member, you've had a baby, you've breastfed for 8 months. Hit their website, have a good read of all the information to do with what do I need as prerequisites for doing the breastfeeding counsellor's course, and then book in and do that course. So it's a wonderful course for you personally, for your personal development, your level of understanding and knowledge and how to talk to people. It helps you with being able to relate to people and just ever so gently inform them, educate them, and influence them and help them in their journey to overcome their problems as well. So there's a lot of life skills in that course too. So it's very good on your resume as well. When you become a counsellor, it gives you more skills in any workplace. So keep that in mind, that becoming a breastfeeding counsellor. Now, in the meantime, as a postnatal doula, certainly what I do with every one of my clients is give them a copy of the brochure, and I encourage them to become a member of ABA. I have done this for 35 years, so I've been a member with them for a long time. You can ring them up and you can say, could you send me out a bunch of brochures? They'll also send you stickers, and they also will send you, I dropped it on the floor, there we go, fridge magnet. So what I do is I hand these to the dad and I say to them, this fridge magnet, pop it on your fridge, it's got the phone number, pop it on your fridge, and then in the middle of the night, when we've got a crying, screaming baby and a crying mum, and the mum's saying to you, I don't know what to do, here's your solution. Dads love solutions, partners love solutions. So head to the fridge, grab your phone, ring them up, and you might go, wait a minute, I'm ringing a breastfeeding counsellor and I'm a bloke. Well, the doula can do this, or the dad can do this, or the partner can do this. So ring them up and wait. You'll have a recorded message first. Just be patient, just wait. Then you'll get clicked through to a qualified breastfeeding counsellor. Now, the breastfeeding counsellor will ask you a couple of questions. Not your credit card, so this is completely free. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is an absolutely free service. Isn't that wonderful? So you are talking to a breastfeeding counsellor and they'll ask you, what is the mother's first name? What is the baby's first name? Just so that she can have a sensible conversation with you about them. And what is the age of the baby? Now, she doesn't need it to be, in days perfectly, but are we dealing with a 1 weeker, a 2 weeker, a 6 weeker, a 12 weeker, a 6 month old, a 1 year old? But what are we dealing with here? And now what seems to be the problem? What's been happening? And she will ask a series of questions. Now, if it's the doula that's rung up, you can say that you're a doula. You don't have to. You're just a friend and you're helping and you need some advice. And more than likely the breastfeeding counsellor can hear the baby screaming in the background and can hear the mum crying and hear a bit of commotion going on. Now, she'll understand it's not a problem at all, and she will run through a bunch of questions, and then she will also make sure you've got pen and paper ready. She will run through a bunch of solutions. There won't be just one solution, and she'll probably give it to you in the highest priority. This is what you need to do first. This is what you need to do next. They are massively helpful, and especially when you've got your back up against the wall and you've run out of all your ideas, or the screaming of the baby and the stress of the situation has caused you to have a mental blank. Thank goodness that we've got ABA to turn to. We can give them a call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you're in, say, New South Wales and you ring up, it may get clicked through to somebody in Western Australia, for example, but they're a fully qualified breastfeeding counsellor. Yes, they've had a baby. Yes, they've breastfed for at least 8 months. So they're very knowledgeable and fully trained. So some of those people are actually extraordinary with their qualifications, but what they are on this call is a breastfeeding counsellor, and they can definitely help you. So for doulas, this is probably one of the better resources, and you can understand after I've gone through all of that why I just really gently say, join, become a member. Look, it's cheap as chips. I think it's about $100 for 1 year, and that opens every door to you. You've got access to their forum. The other thing they do is include you in everything with the local group and all the fun things, all the social activities, the barbecues, the picnics, the mothers' meetings, but they also send you a copy of their magazine. Now, I actually think this is one of the most valuable things for a doula. This is a magazine. It's not an advertising magazine. I mean, there's a couple of ads, but never mind. So what's actually in here is everything mother to mother. So somebody will have a problem, let's just say they're deciding, to discuss sore nipples. Well, that's extremely handy for doulas. And what they do is they give all the mothers' experiences. So each mother will write in and say, when I had sore nipples, this was the thing that did more harm, or this was some advice that was just terrible, but here's what did help me. And it's what I found helpful. So you'll have like all of these different stories, all these different circumstances, and all of these different solutions. So this is so valuable and so empowering to doulas, and yet it's so cheap. Just, join, become a member, you get this magazine, and it is filled with a wide variety. Going back to work, lots of information for all sorts of situations. It's beautifully written, really well put together, and I definitely recommend that. So that'll be a big asset to you to join ABA, become a bit involved, and then they will share a lot of really good resources with you.